Minasan konnichiwa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we will discuss the difference between SSW or Tokotei Gino and the famous TITP or Gino Jishu. Please watch until the end since I will be giving some agencies where you can apply for these two types of visa. But before that, I would like to give a shout out to my subscribers, lalo na sa mga bago. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much. And also shout out to Mahita-san for passing the SSW Food Service Industry Proficiency Exam last June 7. Congratulations, and also sa lahat ng mga viewers natin na pumasa, congratulations to all of you. And sa mga magtitake pa lang, good luck guys! So guys, before we go to their differences, alamin muna natin kung ano yung Technical Intern Training Program and the Specified Skilled Worker Visa. So first, what is TITP? So it was introduced in 1993. So it is administered by Japan International Training Cooperation Organization or JITCO. So this visa has three status of residence: the Technical Intern Training 1, 2, and 3. So a trainee can stay in Japan for up to 5 years. So initially, ang isang trainee ay mayroong 3 years contract. First year of that 3 years is yung Technical Intern 1. And then the next 2 years, that will be the Technical Intern Training 2. Note that you have to pass a government exam in order to get a TITP or Technical Intern Training 2 visa. Now, depending on the company that you're working for, they can give you a Technical Intern Training 3 visa. But you still have to pass another government exam. So technically, this program allows a trainee to stay in Japan for up to 5 years, depending on the company. And ang maganda sa TITP is marami siyang categories na pwedeng pagpilian, unlike SSW na meron lang 14 categories. Now, what is SSW or Specified Skilled Worker Visa? So, Tokotei Gino is a new status of residence introduced in April 2019. So, like what I've said kanina, meron lang siyang 14 categories na pwedeng pagpilian. So, this visa naman has two status of residence, the Specified Skilled Worker 1 and 2. Each status of residence will allow you to work in Japan for up to 5 years, so total of 10 years. So in this type of visa, you have to take a prometric exam in order to be qualified. For example, you want to be a food server in Japan, then you have to take the Food Service Industry Proficiency Exam. And after 5 years, another exam for the SSW2. But as of now, very limited pa lang ang SSW2, so hindi pa siya allowed sa 14 categories. I think shipbuilding and construction industry pa lang yung merong SSW2. And as of now, June 2022, nag-iisang tao pa lang ang merong hawak ng SSW2 visa. But what if you're a trainee and currently nandito ka sa Japan and then tapos mo na ang kontrata mo ng 5 years or 3 years and you want to stay more or longer in Japan? The good news is a trainee who have completed the Technical Intern Training 2 are allowed to shift to SSW visa and are exempted from skills test and Japanese language test. But take note that exempted ka lang sa skills test if same field yung lilipatan mo. But if you want to shift to different categories, like for example, nasa food processing ka ngayon and want to be in a food service industry, you have to take the skills test for food service industry in Japan. Although it is not required, but it is an advantage for you if you have N4 or higher. So now, let's move on sa kanilang differences. So number 1 is yung purpose nila. So what's the purpose of TITP and SSW? So TITP or Technical Intern Training is designed to transfer skills to developing countries. So basically, ang TITP ay hindi working visa. So sa loob ng 3 taon, you will undergo training para pagtapos mo ng training is yung skills na na-gathered mo during your training is magamit mo sa Pilipinas or sa home country mo. So yun yung purpose ng TITP. Now, SSW on the other hand is aimed at introducing foreign workers to solve workforce shortage in Japan. So number 2, can change jobs or fields allowed in TITP and SSW. So the answer is, sa TITP, no, it's not allowed. But in SSW, you are allowed to transfer to different categories as long as you pass the pre-metric exam for that specific categories you want to transfer to. Next is there a chance to bring your family sa Japan? So the answer is sa TITP, no, it's not allowed. But in SSW, you have a chance to bring your family. But it is allowed sa SSW2. Now let's move on sa paborito ng lahat, ang salary. So in TITP, based on my experience, it depends on your contract and kung saang prefecture kayo nag-work. So based sa aking experience when I was a trainee, nung first year ko dito, my salary per hour was around 800, 840. So that was the minimum wage in Yamanashi Ken. But every year, nagtataas ang government ng around 30 yen. So every year, tumataas din yung aming salary. Now sa SSW naman, supposedly, ang sahod ng SSW is same sa mga Japanese. For example, ang isang Japanese na nagtatrabaho sa inyong kumpanya is sumasahod ng 1,200, then you should also receive 1,200 per hour. But this depends pa rin sa inyong company. May mga companies na mababa pa rin ang pasahod compared to Japanese employees. And in connection with our salaries, meron pa rin mga parties involved. Now, one of the reasons why mababa ang natatanggap nating sahod. In TITP, there are 5 parties involved. Foreign worker, ikaw yan. Dispatching companies and sending organization or yung agency mo sa home country. Supervising organization or yung agency mo sa Japan. And then the accepting organization or yung company na pagtatrabahuan mo. So this dispatching company, sending organization, and supervising organization is hindi po libre. So, nagbabayad ang accepting organization mo or ang company mo for their services para makarating ka ng Japan. Sa SSW naman, it's quite simple and can be just an employment contract between the foreign worker and the accepting organization. But in some cases, the accepting organization or the company will also contract with a registered support organization to provide all of the support for the skilled worker. So again, the accepting organization pays the supporting organization for their services. So I know some na wala silang support organization, so it's just the employer and the employee. So in that case, si accepting organization yung mag-aasikaso ng papers nyo, and then I think the salary will be better kasi wala silang ibang binabayarang organization. So what's the difference between registered support organization and supervising organization? So supervising organization is designed to supervise companies that technical intern trainees are treated right according to the technical internship plan and labor laws. While the registered support organization is expected to support skilled workers based on the support plan, including language, work, and life in Japan. So next is required ba na meron kang certificate for the language proficiency? Based on my experience, it is not required na meron kang certificate, but you have to study Japanese language for around 2 months or more sa Pilipinas. So that time, hindi kami nag-exam ng GLPT, but meron kaming certificate from TESDA ng Japanese language. And then pagdating namin dito sa Japan, nag-aral ulit kami ng almost 1 month. Sa SSW naman, on the other hand, if you are first-timer na mag-a-apply sa Japan as a SSW, it is required to have JFT or JLPT N4 or higher. But like what I've said kanina, if you are an ex-trainee, you are exempted for this Japanese language proficiency exam. But guys, even though you are exempted for this exam, it is an advantage if you have the certificate. Kasi mas prefer ng mga Japanese ang at least marunong kang mag-Nihongo. So how to find jobs under these 2 visas? In the case of specified skilled worker, after passing the skills and language tests, applicants can just search for a job in the field as normal, by online or by search magazine. On the other hand, foreigners who are already in Japan under technical intern training can search for positions published by supervising organizations, while those who are still in their home country shall search for job chances from sending organizations or agencies. So here are some agencies where you can apply for these 2 types of visa.